Mm-hmm.
One.
Okay, recording is now active.
All right. So I guess first thing is let me show the progress I've got so far on the sword.
Okay.
Um,
I do have a question with that though, Dragon.
okay.
How exactly are you planning for those swords to fit together exactly?
Um, like with the blades outwards and the handles. Uh, hold on. Uh,
Well,
let me see.
I know the general idea, but like, how will they snap together to form the bigger sword? And do we need like a
Uh,
mechanic for them to snap
we
together, or
will
is it just gonna
we
be
will probably need a mechanic to keep them together while they're uh, mated together.
okay?
We hadn't thought about that, so good idea. So
I was
if
just
y'all can
thinking
see my
since the last time you were working on it in
mm-hmm.
modeling VC, I was like, wait a second, I should probably ask next meeting, how is that going to work?
Mm-hmm.
Because given my limited experience and whatnot, you know, I feel like it would make more sense for me to figure all of that out and do some research on how that was all going to work.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, if y'all can see my screen, this is what I have for it so far.
It's coming together.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
And there's with the reference included. My intention is for this small area down here to be like a glass bubble with liquid in it,
Mm-hmm.
or like a charge effect. Because this is gonna be a sci-fi sword, so it's gonna have energy uh, properties to it. But yeah, that's what I got so far on that. Um, Zeke or Cosmo, do you have anything on the levels yet?
Um, for yeah, I got like a Jurassic concept for before the puzzle, just a basic skeleton I can show quick.
Okay. Yeah, let
Uh,
me go ahead and stop my share.
okay. Basically, I talked to Zeke a little bit about this a couple days ago. Are you here? Hold on. In Jurassic, start in the. I'm echoing somewhere. Okay, never mind. Start in the caverns, and then you end up outside the caverns, and then you see all the like Jurassic era type stuff with the trees and the setting and all that, and then it eventually leads into different pathways in that area, so you can explore and stuff, find weapons, whatever it is, puzzles, and then later on down the level a little bit more, then there's the kind of more of a cavern, but more of a fire volcano type. Yep. So Jurassic Era 1. Oh, whoops! I got a stream. Okay.
Okay, I was actually just about to be like, I don't know if it's just me or what.
I was gonna say something too. Because I kind of figured you just hadn't got there yet. So.
Crazy people.
You haven't seen
Okay.
crazy yet, Miss Raven.
Can everyone see this?
I can see it.
Okay.
Mhm.
But yeah, before puzzles, weapons, all that cool stuff that comes later. Just I guess Zeke, are you here? By the way, I don't want to talk for you, but you did say you like the idea of starting the cavern. I don't know if anyone else does. Then you go out here and go, oh, cool, it's a big Jurassic area. And then there's pathways. You know, we could go up there, which. Okay.
Now can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, what's up? How you doing, man?
Okay, I really don't understand why my microphone keeps messing up like that. But
Oh, did you talk earlier?
yes, I did. I said
Okay.
I was here. Did you hear me talk?
No.
Sorry for distracting you.
No, you didn't distract me. I just didn't hear you earlier. That's all. Whoops. Oh. So, Zeke, what did you work on this week? Was it just what you showed me earlier that you're gonna show everyone?
Yeah, the
Okay. Nice. Okay. So yeah, there's things. There's really nothing else to show except just
Mm-hmm.
that this ends up going into the cavern. And I probably didn't test this right here. I'm gonna die. Okay, no, I didn't die. And then it goes into. I don't know if you're gonna see a dragon here, and then the dragon goes away. Maybe a little foreshadowing for the boss later on, but that's about it. And I do have. I'm gonna work on the medieval one tomorrow. But anyway.
well, then that means it's my cue to start sharing.
Uh-huh. Also, did you talk to Camel this week at all?
Oh yeah, I did.
Okay.
I gave him idea of what's going on and like the gameplay mechanics that we talked about.
Okay.
And now I'm going to start showing my playtest of the.
Did I exit out? Whoops.
It happens. I've gone to close screen share and closed the entire call before.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is everybody good?
Yep.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, this is the level that I was making for the industrial level.
Okay.
I made it kind of. Some of the mechanics in Mega Man I was surprised about, like the fact that
I see.
you can, like, their teleportation is just a giant jump.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like in this level it would be more like doors.
Okay.
It will send you to like different types of room like areas.
Mm-hmm.
I really hate those enemies.
Yeah.
And I came up with the idea that like whichever path the player takes will lead them to a different area of the next level. So I feel like that will branch out like more replayabilities, and we can have like some of them requires like you to have like this type of gem to get past it to go through this area, where there will be like some secrets and some side quests that would get the player more interested in too.
Yeah.
Cool.
I like that.
Thanks. I was also working on. Hold on, let me save this right quick.
And that ties into what I was saying too about the Jurassic area, about the different directions, and maybe different. You could have to do different tasks. It doesn't have to be. I keep saying puzzles, but it doesn't have to be. Just whatever task is interesting for the player to go through.
Right. I was also working on this level, which it's not yet finished, but it's basically what's supposed to be for like the sci-fi level idea concept.
Okay.
I had an idea that like there'll be like 4 cargo ships that will take you to different. They will take you to different locations. One will take you to like will be just a long cargo ride all the way to the next area, while another
Mhm.
one will take you to Mars, and another one will take you to some other place.
That kind of gives me an idea. I like that. It gives me an idea about Jurassic. Like, what if there's a part where you like see a dinosaur? You think at first it's like bad or evil, but it's not. It kind of is like a maybe a friendly dinosaur, and actually take maybe if you feed it something, it'll take you somewhere.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, there's not really much of an end to this one because it's still work in progress. But that was basically the type of idea set I was going when I was creating this entire level.
Mm-hmm.
I've also come up with like an idea for the boss for the Jurassic World, and I think I talked with you, Cosmo, and Camo, if I'm correct. The idea for the boss of the Jurassic World is basically he's a boss that is in his world. It goes start off with the Jurassic cave, then to the forest, then it goes to us impending doom type lava level where like volcanoes erupted and stuff because of the comet, and then it quickly goes into like the Ice Age world because I feel like that's where the Speed Stone would be, and it's trying to speed up and mess up most of the natural flow of the Jurassic world. And there, the Guardian will be a giant monster made of lava and ice. So what you guys think about that boss idea?
That does sound interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Thanks. So far we came up with like 5 bosses in total.
Yeah.
One being the dragon, one being the twin boss, one being a steampunk boss. Another was Edwin, which is the final boss. And did I forget a boss?
Well, I think 1 or 2, but the Edwin that would be in the Void world, right?
Right, but you will fight him. You will fight him again at the midpoint. Like I feel like he starts taunting the player, and like the midpoint once the player has like half of the gems. He's not going like how I figured the boss battle between Edwin be. It will be like you're fighting yourself. Like he will have the same abilities, but he has all the gems,
Ah.
and he will have like at least 7 different lives that you had to take away from him since he has all the gems.
Interesting.
When you fight him in the midpoint, he only got 1 life, so it seems kind of easy until you get to the final version of him.
I think I'm missing a world here. I got Jurassic, Medieval, Space, World War, Future.
Sci-fi.
Oh, sci-fi, yeah.
Sci-fi and future.
Is it the same?
Space is space and sci-fi is the same.
Okay,
Future we could call cyberpunk world.
Okay, I'm still missing one. I got Jurassic, Medieval, Space. Is there one of modern era? Wait, are we having a modern world? Right?
Yeah, we are.
Yes. Okay. Did you talk to Camel?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I was making sure.
I also talked with Mystic on checking her work with the character design. Character sheets, and she told me that she came up with another idea for one of the wizards you will meet in other timelines. So she came up with the idea of a wizard named Otto who's living a happy life in the modern time. And I feel like we can work some type of story with that. I can stop sharing. I forgot about that.
I like looking at Mega Man though. So I think I'm still missing one world. It's bugging me. Is it Jurassic, Medieval, Space, World War, Space, or actually I'm missing 2.
Jurassic.
Oh, I got
Medieval.
it. Industrial.
Industrial.
World War,
World War.
space, sci-fi, steampunk,
Void.
Void, and modern. Yeah. So there's 7 right there. Yes. Okay.
There should be 8 in total though. Are we forgetting one? Oh, Medieval.
Nope. I got here. Just
Hold on, let me.
yeah.
check.
I'm sharing my screen. You can see the one. You can look at it. What I'm missing.
Okay. Jurassic, Medieval, Industrial, World War, Space, Modern, Void. Yeah, there is one missing.
Okay. Well, I'm not crazy then.
Are they tied
Only
to
mildly.
the models that we're making, like the weapons? Because like we have the medieval stone age, we have the sci-fi / space age, modern age, World War age, the industrial steampunk age, and then what? Void?
This looks
Oh,
like
you
all
forgot
of
about the
it.
future age.
I thought that
Yeah.
was part of the Bukai one.
I didn't have
Yeah,
a
sci-fi
couple
/
of them.
space.
I didn't have a couple of them in the to-do list yet because we hadn't assigned those ones to anyone yet for weapons.
Okay.
Yeah, we crossed spot. That's what was missing was like the future age, because like it was supposed to be more sci-fi. I mean cyberpunk like than like
Okay.
a space like. That's what makes it
Yeah.
different.
Okay.
That makes
so
it different. Okay. Thanks. That actually helps. That helps me visualize it a lot better.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, you're good. No. That's you don't gotta be sorry about nothing. You're awesome, man.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I also was talking with Camel about. Sorry, I just hear an echo. But I was talking with him about trying to get like an ability system going with the game, and a shop going with it.
Okay.
That makes sense for this type of game to have something like that, because it wouldn't take much to put that in, and it would be interesting to the player to not just have a platformer, but a platformer that, I mean, a platformer shooter. I mean, it's pretty interesting, and then add that stuff, it'll make it even more interesting.
Yeah, I just think it would be more about balance, because we was also discussing on trying to get like, he wanted the idea of like different damage types to be worked around in the game, which I don't feel like would be that much of a problem. But he said he was having an issue trying to get started. Do anybody have a idea? I've done it before, but I feel like there could be a better way to make damage types.
Attributes you're talking about? Damage types like fire, ice, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, we can make 6, just the basic 6. What I mean by that is the basic 4 plus light and dark if you want.
Okay.
Just to make it kind of, I mean, not like trying to make it simple for easy purposes, but just simple so the player gets like the basic elements.
Okay. now
Yeah, I understand.
When you say the basic 4 plus light and dark, what are you referring
Sorry,
to?
I meant, yeah. Fire, water, air, earth, light,
Yep.
dark.
Okay.
Yeah, so the 4 elements plus light and
Earth,
dark.
earth, air, fire, water.
Dark. So I was like, huh?
And each world can be like 2 elements, or that are heavier, and then the other, or sorry, 3 elements that are like kind of on the heavier side, and the other 3 that are on the lighter side for each world. Maybe different.
Well,
And we could add it to like enemies using like those types of elements to attack you with, like when they use
Yeah.
like melee attacks and stuff.
Yeah, that makes it more adding more RPG elements. Yeah.
The reason I ask is because it would be a little like comparatively it would be a little bit simpler to do something like, and this is just an example, not necessarily an idea for this game, but it would honestly comparatively be simpler to do like fire, ice, lightning, earth, light and dark. Water is going to be a little bit trickier to do. It's doable, but it is a little trickier to do in some engines.
Well,
Is
instead of water, why not just do ice?
Yeah, I was just about to say that too. Just do
Yeah, I
ice.
think
would
like
make it easier.
there'll be more like ice spells than water spells.
You could just do that, substitute ice for the water element.
That sounds interesting.
And the ice attribute. If we made ice the actual attribute name, you could still use water spells from that. It's just the name for it.
There you go,
Yeah.
yeah.
that was, just an idea, because, ice is simpler to implement than water itself, but they do, to a certain extent, go hand in hand, although ice is easier to implement as a damage type than water. Although
Understandable.
some have done it fairly well. I would have to go look at examples again of games that have done water as a damage type where it was done pretty well, but I think there aren't very many that have actually done it very well.
Ouch. Sorry, don't mind me.
We do, mind you. Come on now.
I've been having pains in my right knee here lately.
Ouch.
You saying you
Was that your weather knee, honey?
arrow in
Yes.
the knee? You saying you took
What's
an arrow?
that, Slayer?
I said saying you got an arrow to the knee?
It's
Like an Ace Ventura.
Well, I was thinking more of like the phrase that you hear in Skyrim all the time. It's like, I used
I was
to
gonna
do
say, come on.
this until
Gotcha.
I
That
got
was
an
the
arrow
Denise
in the
one.
knee.
Sorry, I went back to 1995.
No, you're good.
I'm a big Jim Carrey fan.
I mean, I think that would be doable. Cosmo, I think the only thing is we would have to find a way to balance the elements.
Well, right, it would be balanced, and they would just have to do with like some things, I don't know. Like, it wouldn't matter so much, like, if you didn't have any armor to go into the ice area. Like, I'm not talking about, like, you can't go anywhere without, like, a certain attribute thing. I'm just saying, like, it might affect enemies or other stuff, or even the boss, or... Oh, I guess, what Marley said, yeah, so something like the...
Yeah, like how certain types are weak against others. I wasn't quite sure.
Yeah, No,
Like, understanding that.
I'm a big Pokemon fan. See, so I'm just talking about the general worlds itself have kind of like a composition of stronger elements and weaker elements, and that has to do with like what enemy or not to make it complicated, just like what type of enemies are there, I guess. Like if you go to a world and find out certain elements are more present in that world, you'll find out that the enemies will be weak. Yeah, I guess that is leading to what you said. It might lead to weaknesses, yeah.
Sort of. I know Pokemon is a lot more complicated than that. So,
Oh, definitely.
idea.
It's not like
Yeah.
It's not like Bakugan when where it basically is all about just how many power points the player has.
Yeah, we're not gonna do like it's a bug, it's a fighting type, so we have to use a bug type or psychic. It's not gonna be.
Okay.
But it might make some things easier, like in RPGs when you fight a boss. Not everyone is gonna do the weakness of the boss, but if you happen to have it, it would be. If you happen to think about it before going to the boss fight or something, I don't know. I just think in general the world's having a difference with the balance of elements. Not turn-based battle, no. It's more like Mega Man shooting.
It's not exactly turn-based, but it's not exactly more reminiscent of like a battle royale in a sense.
Yeah. I guess I answered that, Peter. But no, yeah.
I mean, it's kind of from what I'm gathering, it's kind of a mix between turn-based and battle royale, but it's leaning a little bit more towards battle royale, where you don't exactly have turns, but you do whatever you can to defeat the boss or the mini boss or whatever comes up, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like how Super Mario did it and still kind of does it to this day, if that makes sense.
Mario and Mega Man, and then add RPG elements is probably what the game is going to be a blend of.
As long as we don't go too much into RPG elements, I think we should be good.
No. I actually think the ideas that we've come up with so far as with the RPG elements, I think if we stick to that, it still has the fun and the player likes it like with those elements, but it won't go too far, and we're not going to call it like a RPG game. It's still going to be like, I guess, platformer shooter action. Maybe even puzzle. It has a lot of genres like Super Metroid. I swear, every meeting I'm going to mention Super Metroid once. Every meeting.
That is a good question, Peter, and I'm not entirely sure how to answer that one.
I would not want passcodes. I think we're going to have a save system, checkpoint system. I think, should we have it so you can save anytime you want, or that'll lead to soft blocks?
Yeah, I was thinking it should be like have a regular save system where just like save slots where when you get back home, or when you get back home there should be like a save. Ooh, how about like just a diary, just like a diary that you just write like your adventures or journal.
A time diary.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that idea.
I love that idea.
I love that idea.
Or like when you're in like the levels, there'll be like a checkpoint type of thing.
Yeah, to avoid dying and then having the player throw the controller at the computer.
How about Bell?
Oh, by the way, Zeke, you remember when you told me you should put some checkpoints in even when you're test playing, and then guess what I did today? Did not put the checkpoints in.
Don't worry, it was the same boat. I keep forgetting to put mine in too.
Just as long as we don't forget in the actual game. No. Yeah, that's cool. Time diary. Yeah. Does anyone else have a burning question that we all could talk about? Because I am having trouble thinking of something.
I think the only question I had leading up to this meeting I already asked Dragon. I don't think I have any others because I've been following along pretty well.
Yeah, I can't think of any right at the moment.
Peter asked if there will be power-up colors like in Mega Man.
You mean like the Time Wizard, like the actual the appearance of the wizard? You're saying?
Oh, you're saying like if any of those gems he uses starts changing his appearance?
I mean, that would be cool if like little things would be added on, like a braid. Well, I'll just stop. I don't know where I'm going with that.
No, I think you got something. We could have it be we could say like, I wonder if players would notice like the changing of his staff though.
Oh yeah,
Like the
yes.
staff. The staff reflects off of the gem that you grab.
I mean, I'm not going to speak for everyone, but like in Mega Man X, when I was a kid, you know, when Mega Man, his armor would change little by little, you know, if it's like that, I mean, it's very noticeable, even if it's like 5 or 6 pixels. It won't be because it's Unreal Engine, but like, oh yeah, it's Unreal Engine, of course, yeah, it's definitely going to be noticed.
Depends on how you do it.
That's true, Brian.
Sure.
Not that I know, but I'm learning.
One of my other mentor studios just released their first mobile game, and I mean it's a 2D side scroller, and you could definitely tell if there was like it's 8-bit, 8-bit pixel, all that type of shit. So it's easily seen if there's a change.
Yeah, cool. And by the way, that's cool that they released that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, they're
It's one that you're talking about. I learned that earlier this week myself.
You what?
About the studio. If it's the studio I think you're talking about, I was told that they'd released myself earlier this week.
Yeah, it was earlier this week.
Okay.
Going back to Dragon's Sword, I just wanted to say I really like the color scheme you used for both sides. It's a really cool looking sword.
Well, the colors that are on it are just for right now. They're just to show the different pieces of mesh. They're not actually the texture colors that'll be.
Oh, I see. Okay. Still looks very, very cool though, regardless.
But I do plan on doing something along those lines for the actual texture colors. Just might be a little bit different because some of what I'm using is cap, where others is actual texture. So it might
Makes
change when the map cap goes away and gets replaced by all textures. Oh, and Zeke, I'm not sure if you had said anything when I was showing the sword because your mic
Oh no, I
wasn't.
said I really like the sword.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna ask you if you had anything on that.
It looks good so far. I can't wait to see when you actually finish it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just been a little bit slower than I had hoped because I had to switch to Blender when I'm used to Maya, and yeah. But it's getting there. Uh,
No.
one thing I don't like in Blender is doing work, saving the project, closing it, and then opening it back up later on, and my last bit of work for the last save didn't save. I don't know if you've noticed that, Marley.
On Blender?
Yeah. And 5 or 6 times that I've because I save like every 15-20 minutes, and there's been 5 or 6 times that the very last save I've done of the night didn't actually save, and when I reopened it, it was back to before that save.
I haven't. You can try saving as incremental, and
Yeah,
it'll save like as a separate file, and that should help. But I haven't run into that.
Yeah, I do the incremental anyway. But yeah, I've noticed that about 5 or 6 times that the last save just didn't save, and it's annoying. But the way how often I save, I don't usually lose that much when it happens.
Well, that's good at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I learned that much from Maya. Save often.
Yeah, I hardly ever do the incremental though. I just do save where it overrides the project, and I haven't had any issues. I've done incremental by accident mainly, or save a copy.
I like doing incremental because if I ever have to go back to before I did something, I've got that file.
That's yeah.
Because I've had to do that before.
Oh yes.
Okay.
So, anybody any more questions?
I can't think of any right now myself.
I have a plan to do more during our next level design meeting, Zeke, for the systems and just talking more about the levels. Other than that, I have no questions.
Okay.
I do have a question that is not related to the game itself. Did anyone notice the team meeting recordings channel for when you guys do have meetings and record them? You guys can post like a Google Doc with a link to the recording in it, or just post the meeting recording in there for like if you're meeting with the writing team or the level design team, you know, for convenience, so that it's
Yeah,
not,
for sure.
yeah.
I assume that's what's been going on, unless I'm out of the loop. There should be recordings, right?
Oh, yeah.
There are. Yeah, there are the studio meeting recordings, and then I added the team meeting recordings channel
Oh.
here in Discord.
Okay, cool.
The recording of the team meetings.
Right on.
So, if you guys want to post team meeting recordings in the appropriate channel, that's there for you guys to do all
For sure.
of that, so you know we can look over stuff if we need to go back to it and refresh our memories on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The time is 10 o'clock
7
p.m.
Oh shit! Do it again.
Someone here is a robot.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's my.
Destroy all humans.
You exactly destroy all humans. Hey, baby. Wanna kill all humans?
That's my Nexus dashboard. It
It updates every hour until I think midnight. And
no, it continues every hour. It tells what time it is.
Weird. After midnight, it cuts off for me, and then
Oh,
later on in the day,
it's not the same Nexus as what you're probably thinking. Are you thinking Nexus Mod Manager?
no.
Okay.
The one you sent me for.
Oh, yeah, I did
copies
see
of-
that too, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, that might be part of in your settings.
It could be.
Because mine, until I turn the computer off, I hear it every hour.
Fuck that. I'd fucking shoot it. I can't handle that shit.
Hey, I call it a tramp.
I like it because when I get busy doing something in Blender or wherever, I tend to lose track of time. So having something tell me what time it is
I get it. I get it. I just no.
I couldn't do it
Get
either.
annoyed by it.
God, I might try something like that. Shit.
You want me to send you the link, Marley?
If you'd like, sure.
Alright.
I just got a whole bunch of modeling stuff. I have small business stuff, but it's like I'm with you there, Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
If only
I'll
I
have to-
played over my gaming sessions, I could use it to remind myself how long I've been playing without closing the game down. That would be helpful.
That's a good idea.
One thing I will say, Marley, as far as Blender, I hate the knife tool.
Yeah, the knife was a little weird.
Yes. It's nothing like multi-cut.
For sure.
I did get a add-on that adds what they call half knife. That's better than knife, except it won't go all the way across a model. You can go halfway across and then you have to do it again to go the other half.
Oh, yeah, if you're looking to go all the way across, like this. Yeah, hold on. I'm in Blender right now. If you need to go all the way across, you loop cut.
Okay.
Loop cut will do all the way around the model.
Hey Cosmo.
Only thing with loop cut if you're going from an existing vert, does it still work?
It not from an existing vert. It kind of just like if you have your mouse on an edge, like your pointer on an edge, it'll go to the middle of that edge, and then if you click it but you hold it down, you can move where the entire like loop cut will be. So you can move it that way, but
Okay. Think that. Now I just need to address that part. So, I guess if you haven't already, Slayer, you can go ahead and, end the recording.
Okay, one sec.